His words sliced through the quiet clatter of forks and knives. "Did you see the message about your inheritance account?" I went completely still. Inheritance account. My mother's spoon slipped from her fingers, screeching across the porcelain like an alarm. "Nobody ever mentioned I had anything like that," I answered, voice level, almost bored. Grandfather pushed his tablet toward me across the oak table. The display lit up with a decade of transaction records, my full name printed boldly on every single one. Mom murmured under her breath, "That has to be some mistake." Grandfather eased back in his chair, gaze like steel. "Perfect," he said calmly. "Now let's check who altered the registered email address." The dining room turned to ice. He tapped into the audit log. Mom's face lost every drop of color. That was the moment I understood this was never just dinner. This was Judgment Day, my pulse hammered, slow and deliberate. All those birthdays I was sure he'd ignored. Every month we were supposedly broke. Every evening I lay awake hungry while she posted photos from five-star resorts with whichever man was bankrolling her that season. She stared at me now like a thief caught with her hand still inside the safe. From the time I could walk, she'd fed me the same story. "Your grandfather doesn't care. He's heartless. He abandoned us. Be grateful I keep a roof over your head." I swallowed it whole. I started working at 14, flipping burgers, stocking shelves, whatever paid. Secondhand jackets 2 sizes too big, cracked phone screens held together with tape, dreams I was told were luxuries we couldn't afford. Meanwhile, she came home with designer sunglasses, new heels, another little treat she supposedly deserved. Whenever I dared open my mouth, she snapped, "The world doesn't owe you anything, grow up." So I grew up, quietly. And I never forgot a single second of it. It started 3 months ago. A simple birthday card from grandfather arrived. One line inside turned my blood cold, "So proud of how wisely you've managed the account." Account? What account? I figured it was a clerical error. I emailed the private bank. No reply. I called. They insisted everything had been forwarded to my registered email, an email I had never created. A sick feeling crawled up my spine. I opened the old family desktop we still shared. One click on the browser and there it was, autofill popping up an address in my name, but using her initial as the username. She had been signing in for years, deleting statements, authorizing transfers, millions drained, zero of it ever touched our lives, only hers. I didn't explode, I didn't cry, I planned. I printed every withdrawal slip, every wire confirmation, every forged electronic signature. Then I made the one phone call that sealed everything. A calm, measured conversation with grandfather. "It's about the account you set up for me," I said. The silence on his end lasted 5 full seconds. When he finally spoke, his voice could have frozen fire. "Come to dinner Sunday. Bring your mother." He greeted me with a warm smile that never reached his eyes. Those eyes were pure ember when they landed on her. Grandfather isn't just wealthy, he is thorough, and when crossed, merciless. His attorney sat quietly in the kitchen. A private investigator leaned against the counter, arms folded. The table had been bait. I ate slowly, hands perfectly steady, while Mom picked at her food like the napkin might choke her. Grandfather opened the activity log in front of everyone. Her hand darted out too slow. "There," he said, finger on the screen. "Contact email changed by Sarah Coleman." Her own name glowed in damning yellow highlight. That's fraud," she stammered. "Someone must have hacked." "Enough." Grandfather's single word cracked like a whip. "I already raised one liar, I'm not raising another." Her jaw locked shut. He slid a thick folder across to me. "New trust documents. My name alone as sole beneficiary and trustee. Irrevocable." Then the second folder, copies of forms she had electronically signed in my name, authorizing every theft, criminal forgery. The investigator stepped forward, badge already in hand. Mom's eyes flew wide, finally understanding the trap had already sprung. "You spoiled little brat," she spat at me. "I gave up everything for you." "No," I said, voice low and clear. "You took everything from me." The investigator began the Miranda warning. Her chair shrieked against the marble as she tried to bolt upright. She looked at me, actually looked, begging without words for the mercy she never once showed me. I let her see nothing but winter. "You could have told me it existed," I said. "Maybe, just maybe, I would have shared it with you." She shook her head frantically. "I did it for both of us." I leaned in so she felt every word. "You did it for you, only you." They cuffed her in the foyer. Her screams ricocheted down the hallway like a wounded thing finally put down. I didn't blink. Grandfather closed the tablet with a soft click. When he spoke again, his voice was only for me, gentle and tired. "I should have checked on you sooner." I shook my head. "Doesn't matter now." For the first time in my life, I wasn't the broke kid praying for scraps of justice. I was the one holding the pen. I stood, smoothed my jacket, and watched the red and blue lights disappear down the drive. Mom once told me, life isn't fair, get used to it. She was right about one thing, life isn't fair. But tonight I learned the rest of the lesson she never bothered to teach. When life isn't fair, you don't just accept it. You make it fair again, on your terms. And you take back every single thing that was yours to begin with.